every word that was said? Or was what we were listening to one of the endless simulation exercises that had been conducted over many years before July 1969? All right, we'll land on the moon, shall we? Neil Armstrong's just got out. He's taken his one small step. He's had a look round. 10 minutes later, Buzz Aldrin decides that he's going to come out as well. Now, I want you to have a look at the next 8 photographs. They're all the same size. They're all showing Buzz Aldrin coming out of the lunar lander onto the surface of the moon. The sequence in real time took 3 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those are 8 photographs in sequence. None missed out. Every single one of them are numbered in sequence. They are all brilliant photographs. The center of the image is on the subject. Let's go back and have a look at them again, just very quickly, just to get an idea. Now, on this one, look at something here. Just this bit here. It's well defined, it's a triangular shape with a curved surface here. There's a large piece of something here. This is Buzz Aldrin coming out through the hatch onto the porch. The front, these are the handles of the porch. The surface of the moon over here, and the ladder down which he's going to come. Remember this. There's a shadow here. Where's that shadow come from? A shadow can only be produced by a light source. There is only one light source on this scene, we're told. It's the sun, illuminating the surface of the moon, which incidentally is not overexposed. This whole area here is in shadow. So, Neil Armstrong watches Buzz Aldrin climbing out, wriggling out on his tummy, gets a bit bored, decides to take another picture. Oh, there's the land. That's the exhaust of the descent engine. And, oh, we've taken that. I don't know, this is a rubbish bag of some sort. Oh, let's have a look at this. There's one of the legs over here. It's in focus. It's well positioned in the image. It's pretty well central. It's correctly exposed. This is directly illuminated lunar surface. And then he thinks, oh, well, okay, let's go back a bit. Oh, he's coming out. So he's jumped down onto the step. Better take a few more pictures of him. So he takes a few more pictures of him. And he comes down and gets down onto the lander. Now, those are the 8 pictures. Let's just have a quick look at detail on 2 of them in a minute. These are the 8 in sequence. If anybody here can tell me that they would be willing to take a Hasselblad camera with Kodak Ektachrome film rated at 160 ASA, which is what it is, or ISO these days, and get 8 pictures of 3 different scenes, correctly exposed, correctly focused, correctly composed, no heads cut off, using a camera that has no viewfinder, that has to be manually focused, I would like to see that. Now, I've asked that question of many professional photographers, and every single one of them says the same thing. Well, you've got to bracket it. How do you know what the light situation is there? Nobody's taken a picture there before. How do you know how bright it is? You've got to bracket. Bracket means you get the scene set up, you think you get pretty well what the exposure should be, and then you take one half a stop below it, one half a stop above it, or so on and so on. You bracket the exposure. You get one picture that's going to be correctly exposed. Because with Kodak Ektachrome, which is a transparency material, you cannot change the processing. You've got to get the exposure spot on, or you've ruined the picture. That's why you bracket. But not on Apollo. Oh, pressed the wrong thing. Here we go. Detail on one of the pictures. Buzz Aldrin coming down the ladder. This is his foot. This foot here. There's a highlight of light on his foot, which can only be produced by a point source of light, but they didn't carry any. I contend that this is electronic flash, because you'll see his foot is not on the top rung, so his body is moving in relation to the camera. And anyway, if you were coming down a ladder, would you come down like that? Kick your left foot out, and hope your right foot, which you can't see the rung, is going to land? No, you'd feel very gently. You're 10 foot off the ground at that point. But no, Buzz manages to come off and do it. When he gets to the bottom of the ladder, his feet there, again a highlight of light on his boot. And they're inside the pad. What's going on here? These are studio shots taken probably during the simulation exercises on Earth. They were designed to be PR images to promote NASA's space program to the American people who, bless them, were paying for it all. Man on the moon. We've seen that many times. Again, you have a camera that has no viewfinder. It has a 5.6 aperture wide-angle lens. It'll only focus down to about 3 foot. These are brilliantly exposed, correctly focused, and in the middle of the picture. There are actually 2 of each of those. I've only put one up. We don't need to see too many of them. Now we come on to the... got to acknowledge the American flag. Fair enough, they were the guys who got there. Amazing how dark the lander suddenly got when you don't need to see it in any detail. It's the same place, it's illuminated by the same source of light, the sun, and there is a strange thing, I don't know who this is a one-legged astronaut. There's no foot there, no foot, I don't know what he's done, big hopping I suppose. But you'll notice also that this is quite well lit up here. It's beautifully composed. He only took two pictures of that image, one of him saluting, and this is the second one. Now, here's a weird bit. This is Armstrong and Aldrin taken by the data acquisition camera. It's a film camera mounted in the craft itself, and they did one exposure every second for the whole time they were on the surface. They're both about the same height, Armstrong and Aldrin, so how come their shadows are different lengths? The sun's in the same position. If you actually do the measurements, the angle here is 26 degrees, and the angle here is 35 degrees. But the sun, we're told, was at 13 degrees above the horizon when Apollo 11 landed. It doesn't make sense. Got some strange things going on in the background here. This is lens flare. That is quite common on a Hasselblad. That is the shape of the Hasselblad shutter. But I don't know what this is. It's here again. I haven't a clue what these are. I'm not going to say they're spotlights because they do appear in other images in places where they couldn't possibly be spotlights. But who took the picture of Aldrin where you can see the top of his backpack and the top of his helmet? I don't know. It's a bit of a mystery. Here's the famous one, Man on the Moon. This is the original NASA image, as downloaded from Lunar Surface Journal. And it's a great image. It is centered, that's the center of the picture just there. And you'll see that it has been altered. It's the same image there. And this is what it normally looks like when you see it reproduced. You notice here, it's a different color to there. Basically, just added a bit of black on the top. It makes it a better composition. There's no mystery about it. But it did cut his communication area off the top. There are other things about this picture. It was taken with a wide-angle lens. So why is the background out of focus? The background is out of focus here. Why does he appear to be standing in a pool of light? Here. The background, the horizon on the moon should be about 1.5